Hi there, fellow shredders. Welcome back to my channel. This time we're not going to talk about the wheel rig, we're going to talk about these bad boys. So I've had a few requests to talk about these. They're tail guards, as you can see, and they're extremely efficient in my opinion. You can make them, you can customize them to any deck you want. So this is the plastic part itself. This is made out of this. It's called Plastimake. It comes in tiny little pellets that you put in boiling water to soften them. Then you sculpt it with your hands, put it on your board, and you have yourself some very nice tail guards. The good thing with these is that first of all, the plastic is perfect for this purpose. It's nice and flexible to the point where it won't shatter if you hit a curb with it, but it's solid enough to resist the impact and stay on your board quite nicely. I'm holding the board only with this right now, so it uses a little bit the grip tape to stay on there, and so it's a very nice thing I made. I'm not the first one to think about this, but I will show you how you can make your own. So I will show you step by step everything you need to do, because today we're going to make one for this deck. So let's get started. First step, acquire hot water. Second step, pour the hot water in a nice container. Next, take your beads and pour them in the hot water. A quick note while we're waiting for all of the plastic to melt. You can use some cutting board if you want to make tail pucks instead of nose guards, to prevent the razor tail from happening. So you just take the old cutting board you bought for your custom homemade glove pucks and just cut whatever you need out of it, and either stick it on your board with Velcro or some screws, and you won't have to buy a lot of Plastimake because it can end up being quite expensive. Alright, so as you can see, all of the plastic has melted. Now go ahead and fish it out with something, either use a fork or anything you have close by. So one thing I noticed is that this thing is going to drip a little bit of water at first, so make sure you get all of it out, and the water is going to be extremely hot obviously, so just look out for that. Now grab something like this much, depending on what size nose guard you want to make. For me this time it won't be for the double kick, so I won't only need a little bit for the tip of this board. So what you want to do is take this, make a little cylinder with it, just roll it with your hands, make sure there's no more air in between the little beads. And once you have something like this, start flattening it a little bit, just like that. And you can spend a lot of time trying to make it look good, nice and square. Something like this. And once that is done, just put it on top of the part you want to protect, and with your fingers push it down real nice so that it covers and can grab onto the deck. You can glue them on if you think you'll leave them there for a little while, or if they come off a little bit too much, but I don't think I'll have to do that myself. So this is what it's going to look like. For now it's a little bit transparent. It's going to turn fully white like this, and it will be very solid. It takes about an hour to have full strength, so be patient. So this one, since it's not a double kick, it will only be used to protect against impact on the front here, so I don't need to put a lot of plastic under here. If you know you're going to scrape a lot on it, maybe put a little bit more plastic over there. If it ends up being completely shredded away, you can just take it off, put it right back in the hot water, and start all over again. The cool thing with this, as I said, if you're not happy with the result, you just throw it back in the hot water, wait for it to turn fully transparent again, and you can start over. Alright, so here we go. I have sculpted everything I needed to. So we'll let this cool off and harden, and I will show it to you once it's nice and hard. One quick tip I could give you while everything is hardening would be to pull some little flakes off of the big clump of extra plastic that you have, so that next time you want to melt it, it'll take a significantly smaller amount of time before it's nice and sculptable again. Alright, so everything has hardened. I tried to pull these off and they're really nice and snug. They won't come out easily. So I'm going to go right now, and so should you. I really hope you enjoyed this video, learned something, so go out and shred.